right now.
Burning questions for us.
Oh, here we go. So they turned around and they gave me, Alexander S. McBryde, a camera. So I have a turn on Jason John Beebe. Hey, Beebs!
Hey, what's going on?
Tell me something about yourself that I don't know.
That you don't know?
That you can share with the audience about, I don't know, your acting career or things of that nature.
Wow. Okay, well, I decided to make my middle name John when I got into acting and actually use it because John is my grandfather's name. And it represents my grandfather and the Italian in me, which I think I said in the last interview we had.
That's okay.
Yeah, so
Nice.
spur of the moment.
But it spurred the moment, but a little homage to your grandfather.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice because for a long time, before I started using Alexander S. McBryde, I was actually going to use Xander Ward Glover because Ward Glover was my grandmother's maiden name.
Oh, here's another thing. One of my favorite movies of all time is actually a romantic comedy, believe it or not.
Oh?
And that movie is Green Card with Gerard Depardieu and Andy
Oh my
McDowell.
God,
If
why?
you haven't, that's awesome. Have you seen it?
You could say My Father the Hero or something like that. You were like,
I
no,
love
Green
it.
Card.
Something about that movie I absolutely love.
Okay, Green Card.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to pan this way. Panning!
And what you probably don't know is that Alex has been involved in acting for a long time because during the 80s, he was an Italian movie actor named Alex S. McBryde, and he appeared in such great films as Rats.
You know, it's funny because when I first got on IMDb and I put in Alexander McBryde, I was like, who's this Alexander McBryde? Like, I wasn't in Italy in the 80s. I was still a wee little child.
Are you sure?
Well, you know,
It could be a wormhole. You could have traveled back in time and decided to make all these Italian films and then rocketed forward to be able to do the exciting things that you do now.
It's absolutely something to do with the Mandela effect.
oh yeah, you know, once
You're
that
big on that lately.
Listen.
You're still exploring it.
No, actually, I introduced a friend to it, and every single day he's sending me new Mandela effects, where he's actually kind of pissing me off. Like, he's making me not interested in it anymore. But there are some things where you're just like, wait a minute. You know, like I honestly think some people are like trying to change things like computer hackers just to make it a self-fulfilling prophecy at this point. But there are certain things that you just can't explain. It is weird. It's worth looking into and seeing what it's all about. It's strange.
See, me personally, turn to Morgan Freeman. Let's just go with it. Me personally, I blame the starting of the Sun power reactor plus Mandela. It's the only way that I, Morgan Freeman, could possibly explain why we have President Trump.
So what's up with CERN?
Listen, so the particle accelerator, it was this big thing because they found the God particle.
I know they did a couple
And then
years ago.
they're
Even Stephen Hawking's.
was like, don't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, if Stephen Hawking says, don't do it, you should probably don't do it.
Stephen Hawking is an incredibly intelligent man, and I just say this because I feel bad. Can you imagine living your life the way he? I mean, you can't move, drooling on yourself. It's got to be a horrible existence.
Well, I look at it like this. I mean, true, he's kind of confined to his chair, but that has given his mind time to just grow and expand, and so like it's gonna sound kind of weird, but like, you know how you watch like cartoons, it's like we are from the future, and they're just like big giant heads with like little MODOK bodies. I think that's gonna be Stephen Hawking's, man. He's gonna find a way where his head is gonna grow to like this astronomical rate, and he'll just be floating by just the sheer power of his mind.
I think you've been watching Futurama too many times.
Is that where it came from?
I think so.
Man.
You know, all the heads in the jars and they've been alive for a long time.
On the counters.
So what are you saying is... so you guys think... They gave me a camera, I'm gonna use it, so...
Oh dear God. No! The humanity of it all.
The humanity of it all!
Okay, Bartles and James. It will happen. We need your help. Please help.
You know what,
Help.
I would definitely do. I would do a Bartles and James web series. I would do a
Bartles and James versus the Snow Shark. I'm telling you.
You're hard pressed on that one, isn't it?
Yes, and Benny Carlisle will be in there.
Is that for the anniversary
yes.
re-release edition? We come in after all the aftermath. Like, I don't know, Chief. What do you think? You know what, kid?
Benny can make coffee for everyone.
I got 2 weeks to retirement.
No, it's always a week.
It is always a week.
But of course, you're saying it's a flashback. So
Here's a question for you, Alex.
This is a question for me?
If we had $1 million to make a movie,
Whoa, a cool meal?
you better believe it.
All right.
will it involve the bare naked ladies?
Absolutely.
Because
I saw them in concert.
If I had $1 million,
you're the casting agent.
$1
We're all acting in it. What roles would you give us? How would you cast the three of us in that $1 million movie? What character? What would you think our strengths are? How do you see us cast in that movie? All three of us.
Wow, I've actually had so many ideas for movies. And to be honest with both of you, one of the things that I wanted to do is, I think another reason why I got into animation is because I feel that in our area, a lot of
camera. You're not.
No, I'm looking at you.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel that there we go. I feel that in our area, a lot of times the roles that we get, I feel like all of us are starting to get sort of like typecast in roles. I mean, we have I'm always actiony guy.
Right.
Which is a big change from when I first started, because I was always the creature guy. And then when I stopped being the creature guy, I was the action guy. But then when I wanted to be the creature guy, he was like, no, you can't be the creature guy. You can't cover that face up. I'm like, that's how I started in the area.
You can't cover that beautiful face.
That beautiful visage. So I want to do an animated project because it'll be your voices, and then you can be characters that you don't normally get a chance to be. Like you could be the hero and not just like the gruff older character,
or the hero's best friend, or the hero's grandfather,
or the hero's grandfather. You could be, I don't know, like what's something that you always wanted to be that you've never got a chance to be, man? Like
a warrior from like Fire and Ice.
See, like
I'm all about fantasy. Anything fantasy.
So you want to be Frank Welker?
Listen, Frank Welker is somebody.
He's met everybody.
Frank Welker has met everybody, and he is also somebody that I want to meet.
I met Frank Frazzetti's son, by the way.
When did this take place?
Sir, at Chiller in near New York City.
Nice.
Totally awesome, dude. I bought a Fire and Ice from him. He signed it for me. It was like $35.
But still,
I'm like, I gotta support the dude.
Right.
And he was like so cordial and just like such a nice guy. He looks like his father. He's a cool dude. He's a writer. He didn't really go on the artist direction,
but
he writes
but I'm
books
saying like his father made such an influence on the whole sword and sorcery.
He's my favorite
imagery,
artist.
You know.
I mean, of all artists, he's my favorite artist.
Like his drawings of Conan or any barbarian is just like so epic.
Yeah.
You guys ready for pictures?
Yeah. You ready for pictures?
Never.
You're never ready for pictures with your stylish little bow tie on there?
I don't photograph.
Man,
it's a clip-on.
I'm saying though, I walked in and saw that tie. I thought he was gonna steal me a bean pie or something.
I love it. Have you ever seen